That is a horrible place to be in.
100%. Folks, this is Police Off the Cuff, real crime stories. If you like real true crime from a police perspective, hit that subscribe button on the screen. Give us a thumbs up. Ring the bell. Share us with your friends and your family. If you want to contribute to us, we have a Patreon with 4 different levels. We also have a YouTube channel membership with, count 'em, 5 different levels. But I see a lot of new people in the chat. Just hit that subscribe button. It's free to do so. Yes, I think that, I don't know if you could compare this situation, and for us it is 9/11, but for the people that live here, many of them have been through fires before. My wife's uncle, about 5, 6 years ago, and he lives in Malibu, had his entire house burnt to the ground. Maybe it was even longer ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. But the folks that live here, and some people in the chat are saying, "Oh, they're all rich." What does that have to do with anything?
No, they're not.
Rich people and poor people bleed red. Their blood is red, and they're Americans and they're citizens and they're good people. So whether they're rich or poor, this is a devastating, devastating event. Let me go back to NBC News here.
6 hours outside LA, right? Which would be, of course, horrific in its own right. This is an area that is densely populated. A lot of people live here. We now understand there's more evacuation warnings getting down into Santa Monica here. This was, I think, to a lot of people in Los Angeles, almost unimaginable. Obviously, there's always a fire risk, and I think people know that and they live with that. But as somebody born and raised in the Palisades, I wonder if you can speak to that.
Forgive me if I already mentioned this to you, Hallie, but I think, when I close my eyes and I picture devastation like we're seeing here, as a native Angelino and a native Palisadian, when you picture devastation like this, you think about the big one, the earthquake that so many of us fear and are told is coming one day. You don't expect it to happen from a literal firestorm that erupts overnight and decimates just seemingly random parts of whole swaths of neighborhoods that make up the fabric of this city. And to look around and to see what I see, never in my wildest would I think that this set of circumstances is what would make Pacific Palisades look the way that it does right now. And you know who else is in my heart, Sally? Palisadians are one group of people, but also the people that come here to work on any given day. The people that make Pacific Palisades, they may not lay their heads here at night, but they're the people that come here and they make the businesses run. They make the restaurants run. They make the retail shops run. This is a place that is a real community. It's a community of people that live here, and it's a community of people that work here and have these deep and lasting relationships with people for decades and decades. I don't know when they'll return either, and I'm thinking about them as well.
Yeah, Jacob Soboroff, we appreciate you being there for us. I know it's hard. It's hard for you and for so many. Thank you very much for the context, for the perspective, for the reporting. Bill Cannon is joining us. And Bill, as we keep an eye out now on some of these live pictures there, you're looking on the left side of your screen. Look at that. It's 3 little dots of flames, right? And then just a ton of smoke there. There is maybe, if there is a silver lining or some reason for hope, it's that the winds are supposed to be dying down in a couple of hours, right? I mean, maybe people can hold on to that.
Yeah, and we hope that we get the aircraft up there as these winds die off, and when they see those hot spots, they can put them out and they can start fighting back against this blaze. And it's almost confusing when you watch our coverage because you just see these houses that are on fire, and then you go somewhere else and there's another house on fire, and you're like, well, where's the actual fire? And the biggest analogy that I could say is it's almost like last night with those 80 to 100 mile per hour winds. If you just had one big fire, and then you lit like 100 matches and just threw them in the air. Wherever they landed, new fires formed. That's what we've been dealing with all day today. It's just so scattered. And, I heard one firefighter say, he's been on the ground for 10 hours and he doesn't even know where the fire is. He's just going house to house, putting the fires out. So it's a very highly unusual situation. It's not often that we get to see up close and personal, the wildfire fight in an urban setting. It's extremely rare. And the times that it has happened, usually it's at night or it's blowing in quick. And then the next day we walk in and we see, oh, wow, look what happened. But we're watching it firsthand. It's insane.